My name is John Nyongesa. John Nyongesa, as you can see, I'm a police officer, a corporal in the National Police Service, formerly of Presidential Escort Unit, but currently serving at Emberley Police Station in Emuhaya. I thank God because of the far that I've come, because it was not easy. It is by the hand of God that I've made it where I am today. And my childhood, growing up, I was orphaned at an early age when I was only in class 5. And our home was a polygamous family, grew up in a polygamous family. So when our dad passed away, squabbles ensued over this property and that property, and we were scrambling for whatever that was left at home. Our dad was also a police officer, a senior man in the police service, and he had some wealth. He was not a poor man. He retired an honorable man. So when he died, scrambling for this property and that property ensued. We ended up losing everything that could have helped us maybe to grow up well. So we had to begin it all from scratch. So I remember when I was going to school, that is, I joined Ngota High School. In Form 1, there was no school fees. We had to sell whatever animals that were in the home for me to get school fees to go to school. So being sent away was the order of the day. Every now and then I would be sent home to go and fetch school fees. Come home, I look at my mom. My mom was also not learned, she was illiterate. I could not stand the stress that she was going through. So this made me to enter into a lot of frustration and depression, something that made me to sink into alcoholism. At an early age, at Form 2, I was already into drugs, alcohol, and I did all those hard drugs. Those drugs can be found locally. That's opium, bang, and alcohol. So I went through school. I was a bright boy, they say, but I couldn't manage a grade that would take me to university. I ended up scoring a C- because of absenteeism from school. I remember in Form 3, I only attended school for only one term. And then from Form 4 was also, I was not consistent in class also, Form 4. But I ended managing a C-. So after getting a C-, that's when it dawned on me that I'm on my own after completing school. So I traveled to Nairobi to go and try and see what I could do there. So getting to Nairobi, I was introduced to hard drugs like cocaine. And there was another drug that we were using called mandras, I don't know. And I sank so deep into drugs. So deep did I sink into drugs that I found myself in rehabilitation centers. My uncles, wajomba, that is, they took me to rehabilitation centers to try and salvage maybe whatever that was remaining in me. I remember sometimes I would miss, I would not find money to go and buy drugs. So we would go there mugging people in the streets of Nairobi, in Huruma and Kariobangi. We would mug people there to get something maybe so that we could facilitate our drinking habits and drugs. So it went on like that, Those days I remember I had some dreadlocks on my head. And those days there were these what we call extrajudicial killings. And my life was actually on the line. And when my uncles looked at it, because the gangs that we were operating with the other rival gangs, they were buying for my blood. When my uncles saw that, they sent me home. When they sent me home, they told my mom to not give him fare back to Nairobi. So I came to the village, and I stayed in the village. That's when I sank even deeper into drugs, into alcohol. I was a nuisance actually in the village, and everyone knows. I was this bad boy, the spoiled child in the village. I had a very bad name. In Makiu, to my mom, I'm one and the only child to my mom. So my mom was so stressed up. I saw some other ladies coming to mock my mom, telling her, now that our husbands have got land and they cannot take our children to school, you just a woman, How did you think that you could take your child to school? Now what did you get after taking your child to school? So such a mockery would come to my mom, and actually it was so painful to me. But my mom stood by me. She was a prayerful lady. She would pray for me, encourage me. I remember she would wake up early in the morning and assign me some duty like trying to split the firewood, maybe going to fetch for water for her, just to engage me until around 1 before she releases me. Before I leave, she will tell me, my son, remember we are just the two of us. You know what is happening and what people are saying outside is not good. So please remember to come home at least early. So I would go, but deep inside me, I was feeling so condemned, feeling so guilty. I was feeling like why is it that my mom loves me so much and what I'm doing to her is not good? So it is such things that made me to continue that feeling of guilt, that feeling of condemnation. It made me to continue like that until I just said I want to go to church. So one day I woke up with my wife. Now I had married already with 2 kids. I woke up and I just decided to go to church at Malaha. That is Glory Center Malaha. A church, the ministry is called CEC, Christ Evangelistic Church. Formerly it was called Officer. That's when I met a woman of God who prayed for me, and then I got born again. That was the turning point. So after getting born again, I also continued still in drinking. I will still sneak out, go drink. But one good thing that I did is that I would go to church. Hata kama nimekunywa jana yake, I would go to church on Sunday. So those prayers and the word, I got delivered. I got free. So when I got delivered and I stopped those drugs and alcohol, my heart really loved God. Especially when I stopped smoking. Smoking was of all my troubles, smoking was the most burdensome one to me. I would smoke even five packets of cigarettes a day. You see, in my family, like everyone smokes. My dad died of cigarettes-related diseases. My elder brother, my sisters do smoke. My aunties do smoke. So smoking was just a normal thing in our family. But now, of them all, I was the worst. Because I would smoke even up to 5 packets of cigarettes. That's 100 pieces of cigarettes. So when I got delivered, when I got set free from cigarettes and alcoholism, my heart loved God. And I sank so deeply into the things of God. And I thank God because He has been so gracious and merciful to me. He has walked the journey with me. He blessed me with a job as a police officer. I actually prayed for this job. I actually prayed and pushed God and told Him, because when I got born again, I went to church and prophecies were coming my way that God is calling you for service. God wants you to serve Him. God wants you to serve Him. And I told God, I cannot serve you in the state in which I am. If it is you that is saying this, give me a job, and a specific job. Make me a police officer. And actually God did it. So when God gave me a job, after 2 years now, I went back home and reflected on what can I do maybe for my village and my community, because I also looked at the journeys, how it was with me before I got employed. I wanted to do something for my community and for my people. Since I had 2 daughters, I had taken them to some private school somewhere, and I was struggling to pay. Yet I'm employed. So I asked my wife, if I told I'm struggling to pay for school fees and I'm employed, how about someone who is not employed? How are they doing it? We tried to take our children to a public school, a nearby public school, and we found out that the conditions were not so good because the school was so overcrowded. So we thought of it, and they decided to come up with an idea that would solve this issue of education in our village. Our father had bought this place, and he had built only 3 shops. Now, because it's a polygamous family, every woman had been given a door, at least a door. So the last door is the door that was given to my mom. Now that I'm the only son and the only child to my mom, automatically I took over that door. So we began the center for these children. We began it in that door. We began with 7 children. Out of the 7 children, 2 are mine, my own daughters. So we have been growing over the time. As time went by, my brothers decided to lease this one. This is the next room to me. And then the next one, they leased it also to us. The other space was empty. So I went and took some loan, a bank loan. That is, I took a bank loan. And we came and built this structure, the Mabati structure that you see. So we have been taking loans successively. Before this one ends up, we go and top up to sustain the center. The other portion of land is not ours. We just leased it from our uncles. We leased it recently, and we still feel the space is still very small. The space is still too small for us. We are praying that maybe we get some funds for us to get our own space and an expansive place to put up a good center for the children. Like I said, I've been taking bank loans to fund and facilitate this vision. At times get to a point whereby I feel like I'm so pained and pinched because I still have children to take to school. I cannot take them to school properly. I cannot pay their school fees well because of the burden of the bank loans. We sometimes feel like giving up. But before we give up, we look at the positive side. We look at the impact. We see the fruits that we have produced from this place. There are children whom we went in the village to pick. They were not going to school. We just went and picked them and brought them here. And we motivated them so well. And they loved school. And they became A students. They are doing so well, whatever they are in. Some of them are in universities. And most of them are in secondary schools right now. They are doing so well. There's one simple case here. There's a woman who approached us from the village, and she wanted her children to get good education. And she came here and she wanted to supply firewood. When we agreed that yes, you can bring your child and then give us firewood in exchange, because we feed our children here. We give them lunch and breakfast. So when she went home and wanted to fell the tree, the husband began fighting her. So the whole thing died. So after some time, I met her on the road and I asked her why she didn't bring the child. And she explained the story to me. So I told her to come, stay with us, so that we can talk and see what we can do. So you see these classes, as you can see them, they are not cemented. The floors are just mud floors. So we use cow dung to smear those classes. We just smear them with cow dung. So she committed herself that she will be coming to smear those classes every weekend in exchange for her son's education. And she did that so faithfully. She did that so faithfully. Every weekend she will be here. Sometimes I will come back, maybe she was late and it was raining. You'll find here, in as late as 8 p.m., still smearing those classes. And her son passed through here. And after the son's grade 6, the son transited to Nderema Primary School, where the son scored 383 marks. The son was scored at National School, Kamsinga. And then when he did not get that chance, he was also called at St. Mary's Kibabi. The parent did not manage even to take that boy to that school. So the parent ended up taking the boy to Chebusi High School, which is not a bad school after all. The boy is at Chebusi High School in Form 2. But every now and then I meet the boy on the road. As the boy has been sent home to go and collect school fees. I was trying to inquire about the academic progress of the boy. I found out the boy is still maintaining an A. Although he is not consistent in class, he still manages an A. So I'm worried about the future of this boy. Because if the boy was consistent in class, he would maybe make something good. We would expect maybe a clean A. The reason why I'm worried about this boy is another case here, a boy called Augustine Sakwa. Augustine Sakwa was here also. We went and picked the boy from the village. He was here, we gave him a good foundation. He went to Buhai Primary School, and he scored, I think, I'm not so sure, but he scored, I think, 381. The boy was also called to go to Kamsinga. The father did not take him to Kamsinga. The father took him to Sivirie Secondary School. He could not manage school to Sivirie Secondary School, so he ended up taking him to a village school, a school that had just begun, called Buhai Muslim Secondary School. Then the school did not have a library, there was no laboratory, there was nothing at school. But even with those meager resources, the boy managed a B+, the highest score in that school. So had this boy been taken to Kamsinga or a good school, the boy would have managed an A, a clean A. And those are the engineers that we'll be boasting about. Those are the doctors that we'll be boasting about. And the boy managed just a B+. Still is in Masinde Muliro University doing sciences. Taking chemistry, mathematics. I think he's training, he aspires to become a teacher in future. So why I'm saying that these children need support even after exiting this school is because we are losing on these children after doing a lot of work here, preparing these students to become A materials. They end up getting wasted because they end up transiting to schools that are not befitting, the schools that may not nurture them to get what they would have gotten had they been taken to better schools. So that is the problem that made us to come up with a wider idea now. Because now we are training these children, after they transit to the next level, they get wasted. So we thought of what can we do, maybe we thought of the future. That's when we registered Shalom Compassion Mission. Shalom Compassion Mission is an non-governmental organization registered in 2022, officially registered in 2022. Our interest is education, food security, health, and general welfare. Under food security, we have done a few programs here whereby we have some banana plantation, about 120 stems. Then we have some beehives. Then we are clustering some small organizations like self-help groups in the village. We want them to come up so that we cluster them in our organization to grow together with us. Then we are helping a few farmers here and there with some seed and fertilizer maybe. Then under the welfare, there are people that we are standing with, the families that we stand with, especially during festive seasons. We give them at least a meal. We give them maybe just what to eat during festive season. And from time to time, we visit them to support them with a meal and give them feeds. And then health, we have come up with a clinic at this center. Coming up with a clinic, maybe we'll move there and see, where our children go for treatment for free. We want our children to be going there for treatment for free. And the same clinic offers psychosocial support, whereby the parents and anybody else who is stressed out, maybe having some mental issues, they come here for counseling from professional counselors for free. That is supported by our organization. And then now the main program for this organization is the school. The school, Shalom Hope Center and the school. Shalom Hope Center and school is one of the programs under this organization. As you can see, this organization is still young, and we have not had any funding. We do not have any donors. We do not know even what to do. We only have a few good mentors, especially an organization called Nasio Trust in Mumias, who have opened their doors to us to mentor us, maybe to give us direction on what we need to do. So we are just coming up with this organization, not knowing what to do. That's why we are pleading for support from every one of us, everyone in this community, everyone that might be watching us, whatever they are in this world, in the country or outside the country, or from this village, this community, to just come and see whatever they can do, because this vision is big. We want to see our children flourishing, like just like any other children out there. Right now I work in Nairobi, and I just cry for my community. I don't know what will come of us tomorrow, because especially our county, Navaholo, our sub-county Navaholo, has been trailing for the longest time. At least I think for 8 years, Navakholo has been trailing other counties, other sub-counties in Navakholo in education. Navakholo has been number last, all through maybe the last 8 years. If Kakamega is not doing well in education, and then you hear out of Kakamega now Navakholo is trailing, then it means that we are in a very, very bad place as a sub-county. That's why I'm crying for this community, that we find what we can do to boost the academic levels. Maybe that our people, the future of our children, the future of our community and sub-county may be at least, may improve. So basically, that's what I can say. As you can see at the center, we provide a meal. We provide breakfast and lunch for the learners. And this has worked actually on the retention of learners in school. Our learners, they love school more than staying at home. They will prefer being in school every passing day, every single day. They will prefer to be in school other than staying at home. Even when they are sick, they would rather be in school than stay at home. Because in this school, they are brought up in an environment of love, environment of compassion and care. They know that they are loved. They know that they are appreciated. And a child, it is said outside there that if you love the world and you want to change it, love a child. And that is very true. Because our children here, we don't struggle with them. There are no caning in this school. There are no canes. But our children do whatever we want. I need to inform you that we have been number 1 in the whole sub-county. In the examination, the KIPSA examination that we have done. We have been number 1, and then we repeated again and became number 1. So we are the topmost school in the sub-county. Maybe if you met the education officer, the CSO, will attest to this. But this is one of the upcoming centers and is doing very well. So I thank God, and I would say I thank God for the mercy and the grace that He has used me, just a junior man, a junior police officer, to have come up with this idea and to have brought it to where it is. I also want to thank the community. There are some members of the community who come here to support us, who come here maybe and give us a few coins here and there to support the teachers, to pay the teachers, and to keep the program running. There are good members of this community who are well off, who are well able.
Kwa majina naitwa Jenros Osundwa, mzaliwa wa Navakholo, na nilianzisha Shalom Academy 2012. Nilikuwa na watoto wengi ambao walihitaji elimu bora, na wazazi hawakuwa nawezesha kuwapeleka shule kubwa kubwa kama Hill School. So in 2012 nikaamua kufungua shule hapa Kaunda. Nilianza na room moja. By the end of first term nilikuwa na watoto 19. Mimi ndo nilikuwa mwalimu, mimi ndo nilikuwa cook, ndo nilikuwa kila kitu. By the end of 2012 nilikuwa na watoto zaidi ya 50. Niliona kwamba kuna watoto wanatamani kusoma, wanatamani masomo yale watoto wengine wanapata private schools, but wazazi kulingana na maisha yao, kulingana na mapato yao, hawangeweza kupeleka watoto shule zile kubwa kubwa. Ndio sababu niliweka hapa Shalom, at least nikae nao, niwafunze, at least wapate kitu. Na najivunia kwa sababu kufikia saa hii wale watoto ambao wamepitia hapa ni nguzo kubwa, sababu kuna wale wako university, kuna wale wako colleges, kuna hata wale wameenda nursing. Na tunashukuru Mungu. Wakati niliweka hapa shule, niliona kuna mzigo mahali. Nilipata kuna wale watoto ambao hawajiwezi. Wale ambao wakienda public watapigwa tu kuambiwa soma hii, na hawawezi soma. Si kwa sababu hawajui, pengine wengine kwa sababu ya maumbile, ama wengine ni kwa sababu ya kutojua. Ukienda public watoto wako wengi sana. Mimi mwenyewe ni mwalimu, na ile public ambayo niko kama ni grade 5, grade 4, niko na watoto 100, 150. So nikaona hawa watoto wakati nakaa nao hawa wachache, at least ninamsongesha mahali, anajua, anatambua, anajua kujisomea yeye mwenyewe. Alafu nikapata kuna watoto ambao tunawalazimisha, tunawapiga. Na nikawa na ndani ya moyo wangu kwamba kuna kitu ambacho nitataka kufanyia hawa watoto. Kuna watoto ambao walizaliwa wako na ulemavu ambao si ulemavu ambao unaonekana. Ako na shida, wakati pengine alikuwa anazaliwa kuna shida ilitokea, ama katika mazingira ambayo amekuwa ndani, ile mazingira umaskini inafanya huyu mtoto haezi perform vizuri. Kuna watoto wamefanya, nimeenda Kise, Kenya Institute of Special Education, hata ndo nimemaliza mwezi wa 7. Nimekuwa nikisomea those who are mentally handicapped. We call them they have intellectual difficulties, ambapo hawawezi soma, hawawezi jifanyia mambo yao, lakini yale masomo ambayo nimesoma, nimetaka nirudi Shalom, niwasaidie, niwaweke kalaini, sababu hawa watoto sio kwamba wote wataenda university ama wote wataenda wapi, lakini wakati tunawafunza skills, at least wanaweza jisimamia wenyewe wakafanya kitu. Asante.
Aya. Okay, good morning class.
Good morning.
How are you?
We are fine, and how are you, sir?
I am also fine. Sit down.
Thank you, teacher, and welcome to grade 2.
Grade 2? For English. Math and English. Kiswahili and English. Yes. Good. So today I'm not going to teach you because I'm busy a bit, but I'll connect with you later, right? Yes. I'll come to teach you. Wait.
Unaweza funza kidogo.
How are you?
We are fine, and how are you, sir?
I am also fine. Wangapi wanajua kusoma hapa? Soma. English. Is it textbook or not? Sit down.
Thank you, teacher. Motto is education is life.
Your class motto is?
Education is life.
Your class motto is?
Education is life.
Good. Your class is life. Good. How many of you can read? How many of you know how to read? How many of you? Let's bring a book. We want to see how you know how to read. Grade 1. Good. What will this time? How many are the visitors? Visitors? Visitors?
Stand up.
Stand up. Then Mine, who's next? I take it. Come on, Mine. Isumu, okay, sit down. What about you? Isumu, okay, sit down.
Kama nimechoma unaona macho.
Ngulikuwa nguvu,
Ukiongeza sana nitachoma.
We are. Oh, she knows how to read. She knows how to read. Good. Good. Okay. Who wants to read for us? Who wants to read for us? Who is? What's your name? Come on, read for us.
Hiyo light.
Papa. How you read? Begin. Na sauti.
Exercise books and pencils.
Na sauti.
Mary takes us he
Jipige makofi. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Hey, read for us this one.
This is Tom family. This is Tom family. This is Tom mother. This is Tom mother. Hand is Rose. The man is Tom. The man is Tom.
Good. Pige makofi. Kama mmeanza kusoma Kiswahili. Unajua kusoma Kiswahili sasa Kiswahili. Kiswahili. Okay. Soma na sauti. Like a boy. Read like a boy.
How many goats in the farm? How many goats in the farm by your hand?
Na huyu akusomea pia. Oh, good boys and girls. Jipigeni makofi. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Kiswahili. Kiswahili. Kiswahili.
How many animals are in the farm? What do we do?
Gigi
What do we do?
Gigi hawana kado. Jina langu ni Gigi.
Jina
langu ni Gigi. Tunasoma na hawa na gado.
Tunasoma na hawa na gado.
Hawa hapati kuja.
Jipige makofi. Jipige makofi.
How many? If we have 20 goats and 30 sheep, how many animals are in?
Tunasoma na hawa
We
na
are.
gado.
We are.
Hawati kucha zake. Gado hasubuki.
Hebu nachukua mwalimu akifundisha sasa.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
We are fine and how are you, sir? It's life.
Education is.
Lives.
So today we want to talk about listening,
Listening and speaking.
listening and speaking.
Listening and speaking.
Under listening and speaking, we will say sound X. Say sound X.
Sound X.
Again, we also want to talk about sound A. Say sound A.
Sound A.
So these two sounds are the one we want to discuss. So look at this word. We have the word late. Look at the word, this word. Say 8.
8.
8.
8.
So if you look at the word expands alone,
Late.
that for yourself. As we proceed on, let us read. Mate. Again.
Mate.
Again.
Mate.
I get you in.
Yes.
I get you in.
Yes.
Once the teacher say, take me again. Read
How
it
many
for me
oranges?
again. Read the word gain and the lane.
Okay, done.
Are we together?
Okay, done. When you finish, let us finish number 3.
Is